Good morning. First of all, thank you, Sanjay and Riddhima, for including me in this session. In fact, I was one of the initial dialogue participant. And today, I asked yesterday, Sanjay, like every opening batsman has some tension. Likewise, I am also having. So, is it the criteria of age that you have selected me first? But I think Akshay corrected me. It's a younger one first. Anyway, so I have made a heavy presentation to remain in time, but I think they are gracious enough to give me 1 minute 22 second extra on 10 minutes. So it's a 11.22 second presentation. So please bear with me for that. Thank you.
Synergy. Architecture for us is always about synergy. Between land and architecture, between people and consultant, between built spaces and nature. These three projects that you will be seeing in this presentation explore this idea in different ways. Nature silent. It began with the simple thought: architecture should work with the land, not against it. Site is surrounded by water and filled with beautiful existing trees. Instead of removing them, we preserve them, allowing the trees to guide the placement of the building. To protect the natural ground, the structure is gently elevated so that the landscape can continue beneath it, reducing the disturbance to the site and connecting to the water view. The long horizontal form and large opening creates strong visual connection with the surrounding water and greenery. As one moves through the house, the boundaries between inside and outside slowly disappear. Here, the architecture does not dominate the site, it simply frames the landscape. The project demonstrates the synergy between land and architecture, where the building becomes natural extension of the surrounding. Bhujbal Knowledge City's MIT College campus in Nashik. The entrance structure of this campus is a good example of how synergy between consultants helps to realize a complex architectural idea. The idea was to create a welcoming gateway to the campus with a large shaded entrance, accommodating huge campus library above. concept was to make this structure an example of engineering excellence. To realize this vision, we worked closely with structural consultant, Construction Catalyzer. They designed and executed the structure and facade glazing. The structural design team developed the V-shaped steel columns, the wave girders, framework, the tensile and metal roofing. The facade is also carefully designed by them. Service consultant carefully integrated lighting, evaporative cooling system, and drainage within the design. The landscape is also important aspect in institute design. The natural contours on the sites were well respected and carefully handled with more of native tree plantation. This was done with the landscape consultant route design. The landscape extends both inside the building and outside, creating conducive environment for student interaction. Through this continuous dialogue and coordination, the architectural idea was successfully executed with synergy in this project. The house at Mairavani near Nashik. Nearly 4 decades ago, the land was rocky, barren, and almost lifeless. Instead of imposing architecture on the site, we chose to work with the land and let architecture emerge from it. The basalt stone excavated while digging the well and pits for the trees became the very walls of the house. Wooden arches salvaged from the old traditional vada were preserved for years and finally integrated into the design with a traditional spirit, that is courtyard. The courtyard with its lotus pond and shaded veranda creates a seamless dialogue between architecture and landscape, allowing light, wind, and nature to flow through the space. The extension of house continued the same philosophy of reduce, recycle, and reuse, incorporating reclaimed columns, beams, and brackets from other old vada, while respecting the existing trees and landscape. Over the time, it transformed. More than 4,000 indigenous trees were planted, turning the barren terrain into a thriving ecosystem for birds, insects, and people. Today, this farmhouse is more than built farm. It is a living ecosystem where land shapes architecture, landscape nurtures life, and architecture simply frames nature. In essence, the project is not about constructing house, but about creating lasting synergy between land, architecture, landscape, and life.